Hi, it's Hazy and welcome to my channel. Today we are making these little notebooks with 2 pockets with interesting papers. Now you can use, I've used 12 by 12 paper, I've used a sheet because it's not this is one this is the prototype and this is the one I've made on video. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the avocado paper. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel, please share my video, please press the notification bell with your crafty please press the notification bell with your crafty fingers, I'm trying to say. And please join my Facebook group, Hazy Crazy Arts. We're talking about rulers at the moment. I've just been reading through, Patricia has put some gorgeous tips for you up there. Things about, I was just reading one today. Oh, the pleats. Oh, she's put one up about pleats. If you like making those pleats. And she's put somebody's video on there, how to make them, which is absolutely amazing. I would not try it. But but it's one of those pleats where you do this, and it's so neat and you sew it. It's like one of those. Then you sew the thing, then you probably cut between the stitches. But I don't, that takes ages. I just do it my simple way. I've got videos on my simple way. Okay, what else can I tell you? Oh yes, thanks very much to Kuldeep, who has been speaking to me late last night. She was doing some assignment. Lovely to hear from Kuldeep. And Mandy, lovely to hear from you as well. And Mandy's always speaking to me as well. I do like the way Mandy's creativity. I love it. And Kuldeep too. I love their creativity. They've both got a channel. And what else can I say? Oh, thanks very much to Beverly, who always comments. Lovely to hear from Beverly. And Patricia for doing the tips. She's always got these tips for everybody. I love it. And Marcella is always on the group, putting some of her work on there when she's got time. Love it. And I'm getting all emotional now. I've got sort of like my eyes are wet. I love it. Right. And I love this. So we rise by lifting others. No, that's one definitely what I love doing that. Okay, and what else? I said everything, haven't I? So let's let's start now. Let's show you how to make this. It's ever so easy. This is quite one of the quicker methods, and you don't have to, I do tell you a lot of tips though. There's a lot of tips in this one if you want to stay with me of how to get this, how to achieve this, why I use that material, things like that. And there's other tips as well. Now there's some of the flowers. I made them a smaller version as well. A smaller version to what I did the other day on video. I haven't done a pocket on there. Okay, so let's go. Right then, so what we're doing today. Hopefully I showed you at the beginning what we do. I'm using the same, if I found that one. I'm using the same one. So what I'm using is I'm cutting it down to 5 inches. So what's that? 12.5 centimetres. Cutting it down to that, and I'm half in the 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so that's 6 inches either side. Ooh, you've seen what I've made, don't you? Okay, let's get this. You'll have to move I've got my phone marking out the other phone. My old. I've got this upside down, so I've got that marking out the thing. No, this way round on the top of the page. This is actually a map. It looks like a very old map of Ukraine. Yes, it's just a 12 by 12 paper. I looked all the places up. I thought, where is this place? I thought it was East European, but it happens to be Ukraine, which is interesting. Ooh. We all say the Ukraine, don't we? We don't say Ukraine. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose you say the UK as well, don't you? Yeah. Not UK, the UK. We don't say the England. There we go. Right, so that's 6 inches. I've done 2 6-inch. Hopefully they look about the same. It doesn't matter. I don't think it actually matters if they're not. Yeah, that one's slightly bigger. I did that 6 inches. Right, so I'm going to use this. Shall we use a slightly bigger one as the main bit? Right, I did use a scoreboard to do it, but I found that just folding it's easier. Folding it's easier because it doesn't seem to do it on the right thing. It might be my cutting actually, not. Doesn't mean to say you can't use a scoreboard. Just my cutting. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to crease that down now. I'm going to find that. Oh, well, we found a little thingamajig already. I'm going to have to see to that. Bone folder. Just had it. Well, there's one. That's the one that actually belongs to my scoreboard, actually. Yeah, I found a little tiny. That'll be at the top at the back. Okay, I think anyway. Let's see what we're doing with this. Right, it does turn out to be unusual in an unusual way, because I don't think it quite comes out like you might think. So let me show you how to put it. Here, I'm using my bone folder. Wow. Right, so now did I do the other one? I don't think I did it. Yeah, I think I did it like this. Right, instead don't put it on the back. I did that in another project. We put it at the front there. Okay, so then we folded that in. Let's just have a look, see which one would be the best. Maybe it's this one or that one. I think they're both about the same. It does stick out a little bit. I don't think it matters. And the other one stuck out a bit as well. I definitely think which is the smaller. Yeah, the biggest one I'm going to use for the... Yeah, so you stick that in there like that. Okay, and obviously you're not going to stick it too near the crease. Okay, make sure you can close it. Right. Yeah. Ah, now did I bring my punches back in? That's the question. So where on the floor did I put my punch? I brought back in my stuff that I took out of the room in a little bucket, and looking all over the whereabouts on the floor have I put it? It was on the table. I just found that in there. So what an honour. Right. So what you need to do is, and now you need to find the sort of middle of this one. This is the one that you fold. So you need to find the middle of this one, and which is somewhere like there. Hooray. And then you need to find the middle of this one. You'll see why. Which is something like, hold on, I've just got to get hold of it properly. This one's a bit more difficult because it's got a bit of a, I think it's something like there. Okay, so then you've done those. Now what you do with this one, you fold it, or you score it at, was it 1.5 inches? Actually, it'd be 4.5 inches if you're doing it from that way, but 1.5 from this way. And that will fold nicely, yes. Make sure it folds nicely. So that's going to look like that. Okay, so you can see where the secret pockets are, can't you? Now, if you... that's it. If you want to follow me the rest of it, that's great, because I've got some of the other tips to show you as well. So there's that bit there. So you can see the secret pocket there if you put something similar as a backing, or this as a backing, because it's got that you could easily write on that, couldn't you? And that is very slightly annoying, but when it's glued in, hopefully it'll be okay. Right, so then you'd put that there and it would close like that. No, you don't really see it, do you? So it can actually fall. Yeah, so perhaps it was good that it's a very tiny bit bigger, this one. So if you do get one that's a tiny bit bigger, use that one as the front and back. Okay. Right, so now, am I gluing it? I think so. I think we're gluing it. I think we are. So let's glue this bit first. You don't have to glue this bit first, you can glue the other bit first, but I've decided to glue this bit first without doing it on there. You don't, I'm always doing that, so don't worry, I'll make the mistakes, you don't have to. Wait a minute. If the glue's deciding to play ball today, if not, I've got another one over there, you know, glue. Yeah, I've got another one over there, you don't have to use you, you know. I've got another one, yeah, I'll use the other one then. It's been naughty. So I refuse to glue, it's not even cold. Oh, hold on. I've got, I made the pin gluey. Ah, now that was the problem. Just needed a bit of encouragement. There we go. Whoops. Come on, dear, get to the end. Don't keep jumping off. Right then, so obviously we've got to be careful now. Try and get it to the edge. Where's my glue? I don't know where my glue cloths are. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's the. I've got my new one there as well. Yeah, a bit of a curtain lining does. Okay, I'm using curtain lining in a minute. I'll tell you why. Okay, explain why we're using curtain lining. Okay, what was it like? It was like that, wasn't it? So we can afford to put that there. So let's have a look, see how far we're in. So it starts at that line there. I've got a line here. That's a bit lucky for me. So I'm going to put glue along here, again in mid-air lot. Yay, mid-air, why not? Yay. Right, there we go. And this one as well. I think it's because I'm showing you a bit further up. You know, actually, was I? No, it's here, look, here, there, not there, here. Don't know why I do that. I should look at the camera. Okay. Now that, as I said, will go perfectly there. And any excess glue wiped off so we don't show it on your thing anyway. The glue's fainted, yay. Right, so there we go. Glue said I've had enough of that and he's gone, so that's it. Right, there we go. So that's fine. That makes that little noise, but I think that'll go eventually. Right, and there we go. So I've got that. I don't round the corners on this. Obviously you can if you like. In fact, a tiny little, one of them weeny little roundy bits would be great. Let me have a go. Right, where's my rounder? Oh, no, that's not it in there. That's not in there. Oh, there it is. Right, this is the one with the tiny little. I don't think it'll make any difference. See, it's very, very tiny. Then you don't have that sharp bit. There we go. Ooh. So what do we do now? Now, when I scored this the other day, I made holes. I must have been I was overzealous, if that's the correct way. I was overzealous and then I noticed it had some holes there. So as this paper might not be so strong as what, and also you've got to seal this as well, which I forgot to do, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to seal that. So you also seal that if you want to, but I do suggest that you get some material. Now I've got this curtain lining, and it's ever so cheap. And it's like, this is about £2.50 a yard, and I was thinking about getting 4 yards of it the other day, or metre. I think it's sold by the metre in the UK, I'm not sure. So what you can do is rip it. You can rip this easily, and it will go in a lovely straight line. So you don't want too much. You want about 3/4 of an inch, is it? Something like that. Might be less, could be more, could be less. Carry on, carry on. Don't know how much I got of it, but I've still got loads of it left, so I don't know why I want more. Right. And it makes nice them free bits as well that people like. So I'm not sealing that. I don't have to seal that now. I can do if I want to. I could put a blinded glue there, but that might go inside a bit. So what I'm going to do now is using this. This will stick fab. This is my favourite thing. You can use Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac does not work for me. I must be doing it wrong, but I always use this and I like the way it does it. This is permanent glue. It is fast to 40 degrees C, so if you want to wash your paper, no, not really. No, if you use it on fabric, then you know that it's going to stick fabric, and you know it's going to be permanent by that. 40 degrees C, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. That's this is the English version of Scotch Create, I think. I did get some Scotch Create just to see what it was like, because it was on offer. Normally it was about £8, which is a lot of money. One of those big sticks, but I got it for £5 just to try it. Now I get 5 of these for £8 or less, actually, £7 something. So it is a lot of money, but I wanted to try it just to see if it was the same, and I think it is. It looks the same. It was ages ago I got that, because I saw it on video the other day and it was an old video. Right. So now I'm... Oh, look, it hasn't stuck down the edges. It's annoying. That's my fault. That's me, not the glue. That's my fault, because I like the way it sticks it. I should have done it perhaps on the fabric. Still not done it, look. Come on, dear, get glued. There we go. And, oh, this one as well. Yeah, see, I'm useless, aren't I, look? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's it. Now I'm going to, I suppose you could put it, I don't do that though, I cut it off there and then I do the other side. Okay, right, scissors. Well, if you're anything like me, you think you've put things away and you haven't. Oh dear. It's not very good because there's not much room in this. I'll try these, they'll probably work. These are quite sharp. Well, they were. Yeah, yeah, I was looking for proper fabric scissors because I'm only going to cut fabric with it. I'm not going to cut the card. see there's a bit more here, but I can't find them, so I'm just going to do the other side now. Okay, so this is the bend. I'm doing the bend, so I'm basically doing, yeah, I should have left that a bit longer. I can see where I am then. Never mind. Right, this time we're going to glue the fabric. Okay. Okay, sometimes I rub this quite hard because I want to make sure, that does not look right. That's not in the middle, is it? I want to make sure it is part of the page. I don't know why that's not in the middle when I checked both ends. That must be why it's playing up. It's saying I'm not in the middle, help. Right, is that better? That is better, yes. Yes, I rub it quite hard to make, I try and make it part of the paper. I do that with other things as well. Look, I've got that now, that bump. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'll try and get it stuck to the actual page. Oops. Move up there, because that's right. Are we in? Are we on? Are we in? Are we on? Are we in? Right, okay. Oh, that's not quite in this. No, never mind. That's why, look. Never mind, that's stuck now. It doesn't matter because we're going to sort of cover it anyway, aren't we? Right then, so what I've done this for is strengthen this, and I'm going to stitch it in with some string, aren't I? Of course, string indeed. Thread, dear. Right, let's have a look. Surprise! There we go. So I'm using tea dye paper. Look at that. That looks lovely. Ooh. Just a bit of spotty tea dyed paper. Yeah, it's the way I dye this. This is why we get these. Yeah, I just lay. What I do is to dye tea dye paper. I'm trying to say not dye tea paper. Right, to dye tea dye paper, what I do is just lay the papers on top of each other in the thing I'm using, and I just keep pouring tea on it, or putting tea bags on it and things like that, and I lay several layers, and I keep turning some of the pages over. Yeah, so that's how you do it. That's the lazy way, and that's how I do it, and this is why we get these. Obviously you might want to get them lovely patterns. Well, I don't do that because I haven't got any plastic. I've got stencils, but I don't know if you could, it would wear away the stencil. So I don't know if you could actually use it. I don't know, I've not tried it, but I do like the way some of it turns out like this. You might not like that, but I love it. Yay! Look, some of the pages do get stuck together, but it just adds to the effect. Right, so this is actually still stuck together, actually. Let's have a look, see how we do on this one, what this one's like. Yeah, it's stuck together at the top, yeah. That's the only thing, but that's not at the bottom. Ooh, see, now I've got a nice little pattern there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, see how big that is. Now, I think what I did was, I think it turned out that two of these was the same as this, but I had to take a little bit off. Now in the US obviously you've got slightly different lengths. This is getting on for 12 inches. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of Americans do watch YouTube videos. So right, so what I'm going to do is I have to do it separately because if I don't it gets everywhere. So I'm going to have to do it on fast. Useless. Right, what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to have to shave a little bit off actually. I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to shave a bit off here because you need a very tiny bit less. Okay, right, that is normally there, and I'm going to come down to something like that. Yes. And then I'm going to try and keep it the same. Yeah, right. And then I think it's just below 5, isn't it? So I'm going to do just less than 5. There we go. And then I'm going to do the other ones. And you can use that for something else, a small, look at that. Perfect for a smaller hood book, yes. Or you can make them any size you like. You don't have to make them a regular size, obviously. Okay, so let's go fast now. Right then, I was just thinking, if you was a hard worker, you might not want to do that. If you're a hard worker, you might not want to do it the lazy way. There we go. So if you're a hard working person, let's have it this way. You might think, oh, I'm not doing it the lazy way, I'm doing it the way I like. Yay. Yeah. Oh, another thing, obviously, I think it's a very good tip that Natasha said that you put a bit of bicarb in as well to stop it from being too acidic, which is a very good tip. I don't do it like she doesn't do it like that. That's just me. But you know, that's it. I think that's a bit too long. I'm going to have to get my knife out and my ruler. Let's find it. I'm not very good at doing this, you know, so bear with me. I'm going to get those ends off. Doesn't matter. It does not matter at all if it's not even, but I think this is going to go a little bit beyond our boundary. There we are. Am I in the middle? I am. Now this is a thin knife. I don't know where my other ones are, so there we go. These are the questions I need to ask myself. Where are my fabric scissors? Where's my bigger knife? There we go. I'm gently sawing it off. Sawing it. Not sawing it. Getting it off. There we go. There we go. How about that? That should be fairly straight, shouldn't it? Theoretically, let's see if that will do it now. See, it's nicely at the bottom and the top, isn't it? Yeah, that fits in, I think. Oh, it probably would have fit. No, it wouldn't have. So that can fold on the inside or the outside. Right. So let's get our little, what's it called? The kettle packaging. I call it a kettle packaging. Right, so shall we get some little clips to keep that in place? Or a big clip? Oh, I thought it was a big clip. Where's that? I thought, well, it's because it was on top of something black. I thought that was a big, for some reason I thought it was a big clip. It's not even straight, but hey, it's not bother about that. Right, so we get it like that. Oh yes, and I've seen other people do another trick, if you don't know about it, where they put this bit into a book. So you've got it, so you make sure that you get it in this crease here. But if you've got it all together, another way of doing it actually is this. If you want to really get it in the crease, is actually do it like that. So you bend it back and forward to make sure it's in the crease. That's a very good tip, that is. Right, let's have a look. And that's sort of the middle-ish. You don't have to do it in the middle, but you can do it in the middle if you like. And see that was very difficult. And again, of course, if you've got a crocodile too, you can use that, but no need really, just need an awl. Yeah, I got crocodile. That's one of my first things I ever bought, crocodile 2. Oh, I loved it. That's my. Oh, I loved it. Then I went and made a video in June. I put it out on my birthday, and last year. A very popular video. It's my most popular video. And what happened was, it's so funny. It really is, because I'm using this great big crocodile 2 to do this video, and if I'd got a smaller one, it'd be brilliant. I have made a newer video of the same thing with my smaller one, and it was about 1,000,000 times easier. Yeah, to do the eyelets. Right, so there we go. Look, put your thing in the middle there. Do it to the outside here. Yes. Yep. Oh, there we go. And this one. Actually, I just remembered I didn't put the 5 pamphlet stitch if anybody wanted to know how to do it. I've got that folio, haven't I? I used the 5 pamphlet stitch. It's a 5 whole pamphlet stitch, if you like, because it's easier. Right. Yes, if you've got like different size papers, like some this big, some up there, and all this, you do like, and you've got a bigger journal, you just need to do the 5. I think the 5 pamphlet stitch would work better. And if you don't know how to do the 5 pamphlet stitch, I do have videos. And it's easy, just weave. Right, so that's 1 knot, making sure we're not, obviously you have to make sure you're not caught up on anything. No. Right, there we go, that's 2, and I'll do 3 knots, there we go. And that should hold it because I've done knots different, going different ways there. Look how neat, look how neat that is now, look. And that's upside down, look. Right, so there we go, so there you've done the basic bit. And now we can come along with our bone folder, which we should have done before we put it in. We come along now, look. Go ahead and come along. So there it is, isn't it? Right, so that's what Americans say, go ahead, don't they? Go ahead, and I say come along. So I say go ahead and come along. There we go, and there we go. That is absolutely stuck down now, apart from probably a few little fringy bits. That will be absolutely stuck down, and it's a similar colour to what I'm using. And you don't really notice it's a bit bigger at the back. Right, I did decorate the other one with flowers I used, but I made some smaller ones. I don't know if you need to decorate that, but I'm going to actually put, what I'm going to do is perhaps edge it with something. I think it'll look nice if it's edged. I don't know about washi tape or watercolour, we'll see. And then I'm just going to put a little phrase on there. If I can find my word. That's not my words, I've changed my words, haven't I? Have I? Yeah, that's not my words anymore. Wait a minute. Yeah, I sorted out a load of stuff yesterday. Right, so I've got all these, even though that's got a bit of a bend in it because it was on under some papers. So I've got all these. I don't know who did this because it hasn't got a name on it. But it's got that on the back. I don't need that, do I? Right, I just printed it on here by accident. Right, so you need one of these. I think one of these is brilliant. Right, I'm thinking about encouraging people. Let's have a look. Encouraging. Happiness. I think that's a bit. Oh dear, I can't do it. Every day is second chance. It's protein. Always positive. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. And that actually you can. I like that. Now you can totally do this. That's quite empowering, isn't it? We rise by lifting others. I love that. Let's have that as a reminder. I love that. I can't stand it when people put others down just for the sake of it, because I think the stronger they're the weaker ones. Obviously, because of, well, perhaps it's not their fault, but they've got perhaps issues. So let's put this on, shall we? I like this one. I'm going to try and cut it out quickly. Come on, the scissors for some reason aren't bending right. I should have cut it out quickly, then cut it out carefully, shouldn't I? Never mind. Well, don't go, dear. It's sliding off my knee. Right, so what I'm going to do is cut off the little tiny corners here. I don't know whether to put something underneath, like a book page or a solid bit of colour or something. I don't know if that would that stand. I know it does a bit. It does stand on its own, doesn't it? Let's have a think. Let's see what we can do with this. I don't know if we can do anything. This is one of those things, I think I press the middle button to get this type. I guess what, my printer's still not got my printer going because I'm waiting for the new ink, and apparently they can't expedite it, whatever that is. Expedia, I assume that means. Oh yeah. Enable. Do I like the word enable there? Not keen. Unless that can be on top. Nah. I don't know if I like the word unable. Unable, no. Right, I like that. I like this stuff. Oh, it must have been in my... It does look good though, doesn't it? It does look brilliant. Right, let's have a look. Let's do it again. Refund? Yeah, we like refund. We like refunds, don't we? Especially if it's a nice amount to me. And it's a good thing. Yeah, so obviously that's what happened. Perhaps that's... Right, so we'll have that one. We don't have unable. I don't like unable. I like able. So let's have a look. Shall we have it there? Let's have it there. We don't care, do we? We'll have it there. Isn't that a pretty colour? I'm going to edge it with something now, green. I'm going to get some watercolours out, I think. Guess what? I've got some new brushes. So, you know, like I said, I wasn't going to get some new brushes the other day. I got some new brushes. I'm not going to get any new brushes. I don't need them. I found my brushes. No, I'm going to get some new brushes. There we go. So I've got some new brushes. Right, so there. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of green on that, just to edge it up with some watercolours. Yay! So where's my watercolours? I did bring them in. I brought my watercolours in. Ta-da! Watercolours, yay! Watercolours and brushes, yay! I was using all the small ones last night and the big one. To what's I doing? Oh, the flowers. Yeah, I was doing those flowers, wasn't I? Right, I'll get a 6. 6, I think that's a 6 or an 8. It's one of the two. It's an 8. That'll do. I've already got some water in here. That's naughty, isn't it? My husband doesn't know. Mind you, it's not near his stuff, so he can't moan. Right, so let's get this. Let's do an edge in green. Look. Was that a bit too green? I don't know. I'm going to edge it in green. I'll show you my other one if I can find it. I probably did it at the beginning. I don't know. I might show you it again anyway. I'm going to put another row actually of the other colour. Yellow ochre with green on it actually, because I've just put green on it here. I'm not one to not mix colours. There we go. You can always get your colours clean, you know, if you do that. So don't worry by putting a wipe on it if you really, really want to. And also you can do that with your oxides as well, and inks, if you do it on your distress oxides and inks. Doesn't that look nice now? Yay! That looks really pretty. I don't know whether to come along here now. Should we go along down there? Go along down. Go along down here. Go along down. Yay. Yeah, let's go along down there. Yay. Go along down. There we go. Go along down. Right. So the next video after this, what's the next video after this then, dears? I don't know whether it'll be this. I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I've got ideas. It might be this. It might be this. Depends on what the other one turns out like, because it's only an experiment actually. Oh yeah, look at this. Right. Oh, do you know what I haven't done? I'll do that quickly because you don't need to watch me do that, do you? Right. So what we need now, we've got 2 secret pockets. Look, if you pin that down, that looks like, oh, this looks like a little tuck there. That doesn't look like, oh, and there's a pocket. And then obviously people might not realise on the back, there's a secret pocket. Yeah, so you can put something in there. Right, so I'm going to make 2 cards. I'm going to make one, let's have a look. It's going to be 5, not 5 inches, no. We're going to have it about 4.5 inches by 1 1/4. What's that? 12.5 centimetres by 6. Might be less. A bit less. No, it's less than that, isn't it? 5.5. I don't know. Right. That's because my brother insists on imperial, you know. If you watch, sometimes he watches my videos. you used centimetre. No, what did he say? I can't remember what he calls it. Oh, he calls it. He's got a name for it, and it's not rude. He calls it something. Oh, yeah. He calls it something funny. Right. So I'm going to put that, and I'm going to make it out of some of this that I've used. Okay, and that's going to be, let's say 2 3/4 inches by 4.5. Okay, so I'm just going to do that off camera because you don't need to see me do that. That's a bit boring. Okay. Okay, I have rounded the corners with that tiny, small one. I don't know whether that comes up as 4mm or small. I don't know what it is in inches. Right, so I haven't tried them in yet, so I don't know whether they're going to work. But obviously you've got that there, and then you've got, because I'm going to put a paper clip on there. Now, which way round are we? We've got to be the right way round. So I'll put that in there, look. Invisible, yay! Unless you've got, well, I don't know, some people might have brilliant eyesight. But there we go. Let's put this one in here. It's upside down at the moment, but it won't be. There we go, and that's got there. That's one's in there as well. So there you go. So that was 1 1/4 by 4.5, and this one was 4.5. Well, say the 4.5 one first. 4.5 by 2 3/4. No, 2.5. I think I put it at. There we go. Yeah. Yes, it's definitely 2.5. So there we go. How about that then? I'm going to see if I can find my other one. Hold on. Yes, I found it. So you probably saw it at the beginning. So this is this is exactly the same size. I'm using the map. Oh, I've put little I've edged it with, actually that's gouache. It's very similar to white watercolour. I wonder if I could put some little bits on there, I don't know. Right, and this is, I've put my flowers on there, and I've actually backed it with a bit more of that. I'll put it on after this, so that will need to be glued down a bit better. Oh, I could have left it as a pocket, but it would have caught perhaps on the brads. Right, so I could actually put a pocket inside. No reason why you can't actually. A little pocket inside there. So that would be quite good. You know, with those little pockets with a little. There we go. So that's similar lot. You've got the. I've cut this too quite a bit short. This one's different paper. It's got that different on the back as well. I've used I've used different paper. But it doesn't last as long as it's obviously in the same. That's actually upside down. That's naughty. I don't like upside down. I like the right way around. That's the right way around. Right. So you could actually fold it like that. You can fold it like this. And I would suggest putting a paper clip on there if you want people to keep out of your, you know, not think to. Oh, it's just a little fold for that. It hasn't got an extra pocket inside. So you could put. Oh, and I'll show you. But I told you about. I mean, this is different paper as well, isn't it? So you could put something like that on there. There we go. I've got rose gold as well. Let's try and get a rose gold one. Oh, I'm getting these now. I was getting these. Right, so that's the rose gold one. Yeah, so we'll have this one on there, lot. Yeah, there we go. So it just looks like it's clipping something in. Perhaps you've got something in there that's not secret. And then you can put, but you have got something in there that's secret. They might not go that far. They might only go into here. You put something in there. Right, so you've got a little secret family recipe or something like that, or something you need to surprise somebody. You keep their little secret, your plans secret. If you've got a little secret, like you're going to give them a surprise party or something, and you want to write down who you want to invite. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, things like that, and the food that they might want. Yeah, good. Right, so I'm going to make a pocket, as I say, my little. So it's ever so easy to do, isn't it? So you want one about that big, and I'm going to cut it like this. Right then, if you like my content upside down, no, we don't do upside down, do we? If you like my content today, please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up, share my video, press the notification bell with your crafty fingers, and please join my Facebook group. On there we have. I've been looking at it today and thinking, oh, people are starting to discuss things. We've got a ruler discussion at the moment. So we're talking about rulers. And obviously we've got printables on there. You know that already if you've been watching my channel. And I'm looking for my punch there. If you've been looking at my channel. Okay. And you've got things like that. So yeah, I've got that little in there. Oh dear, I've left the lid off this, so I don't know if it's going to play ball. If not, I've got the other one, don't forget. I've got the other one's ready. Oh, it isn't. Oh, it's there. It's right over there. Right. I've got to put the lid on, haven't I? Do you know what? That's very naughty. Right. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, I'm going to say some names at the beginning because I've had lots of comments. I'm going to say some names at the beginning in a minute. So you probably would have heard your name already. So you have comments I got a comment every single time from somebody, and nearly every single time from others, which is really good. Right, I'm going to push that glue out to the side there, and push that glue out to the side here, and get the. So there you've got a pocket now, see, as well. So that's not secret, is it? So if people are looking for pockets, you've got that there, and that here, sort of a tuck thing. Yeah. So there we go. So we've got that now. So I'm going to say bye now, and then I'm going to do the introduction. That's what I do. I say the introduction last, weirdly enough. Okay, so that's why I didn't know whether I'd have this or not. Okay then. Thanks very much then, and take care everybody. And I'll try not to cut off my voice, even though it seems to happen every time. Goodbye, and thank you, and take care.